Guess what, Niner fans? More of your favorite players are hurt. Let's start with one that may not be, so detrimental to the team, although it's not good for his season. Ben Bartch, high ankle sprain. We knew he was hurt. He's going to be out for, Kyle just said, for quite some time. He may not have a starting job when he comes back because the rookie did a pretty good job in his absence. What do you think of Bartch going down and Connor Colby stepping up?
It's interesting because Bartch, I don't think, has played more than 5 or 6 NFL games without getting hurt. So, I hate to call somebody injury prone, but I think he's injury prone. And as far as Colby, I think Colby's got a lot of talent. 19 true pass sets. He didn't allow a single hurry, a single sack, or a single pressure. PFF gave him a good grade. I think by the time Bartch is ready to return, Colby is going to be on a level that he's not getting that job back. I think Connor Colby is going to be the 49ers left guard going forward.
I think what's intriguing about Ben Bartch is his ability as a run blocker. He's pretty big and he moves pretty well in space, and he did grade pretty well as a run blocker, but he can't stay healthy. And I feel like if you're an offensive lineman who can't stay healthy, then you're not a starter, because you need continuity on offensive line. You can't keep rotating people in. And with Connor Colby, it seems like he can at least stay healthy. And I think what's impressive about him, especially for a guy who was a 7th round pick, is his pass protection. He didn't necessarily grade out so well in pass protection in college, but so far, especially in this game, it seemed like he was rock solid in pass sets, as you mentioned. Didn't give up one pressure.
Yeah, he's well coached in that area. I talked to Chris Forster about this summer because I asked Forster, hey, what do you think of him as a pass blocker, thinking he was going to shred him, because I thought Colby was just getting worked in the one-on-ones. And he said, I know he doesn't look good in the one-on-ones at pass protection, but those don't matter. What matters is 5-man protection, and you have to have timing. You have to be well coached. You have to know when to combo block, when not to. And he's just so
how to identify stunts, how to pick them up.
Yeah. So I think this guy had 50 career starts. So I think Colby is, and he's really well coached. And Forster said it's the same scheme. Iowa's got the same scheme as the Niners. So this guy's a ready-made player. And I thought the Niners looked really good. I thought he looked really good. I ISO'd on him today. I went through the whole thing. I thought he looked fantastic. I really did.
I do too. And I think if he plays well, you got to give him the starting job because, he's under contract for 4 more years. He's a young guy. You want him to grow into the role. My one concern isn't with, I guess, just him, but the offensive line in general. Through a couple of games, the Niners are averaging, this is true, 3.2 yards per carry, which is 29th in the league. And I know that I've been hard on Christian McCaffrey, and I've been making the point all offseason that he's not what he used to be. And I don't think he is, but he's running well. I don't think that's a reflection of Christian McCaffrey. I'm not that excited about Brian Robinson Jr., honestly. He looks like he doesn't have much juice, but to me, that's an offensive line stat. And it's been a little troubling, the run blocking so far. Maybe they'll get it together with more time on task. But I don't know. What are you seeing from the run blocking?
Well, first of all, Seattle, I think, is a little bit better than we think. That's one. 2, I just saw what I'm seeing is a lot of pre-snap, filled boxes. They're not, the Niners are not running against light boxes. They're running against stacked boxes more times than not. So it's hard to run against.
It's the 45 dropbacks for Mac Jones.
Well, they did throw it a lot in this game. I think especially at the beginning, Kyle came out and just said, hey, look, the Saints gave up 5-4 carry in week 1. They're going to be better on run defense. They're going to be looking to stop the run. So we're going to come out throwing it. So ultimately, Kyle's a big balance guy. He won't throw it or pass or run it a ton. He's not like a Harbaugh who's going to stick with the run. He wants balance. But I think it's a little concerning. Now, if the 49ers 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, still are running, into a wall, 3 yards a carry, and guys are getting hurt, then maybe they need some changes personnel-wise on their line. But the one thing about the line, Grant, that I think is, a big key, it's a big part, it's a position that needs cohesiveness, and they really didn't play together this summer. So I think more so than any other position, you got to give the O-line 3-4 weeks to kind of, see if it comes together and looks a little bit more cohesive.
And the good news, it's like you got a young left guard who's ascending. You got a young right guard who's a good player. You got a right tackle in his prime who still seems to be improving. Like, he's having a pretty good season so far after getting paid. And Trent Williams really struggled week 1. I thought he had a nice bounce back performance in this game. I mean, this group collectively helped Mac Jones play his best ball, although Mac Jones helped himself in certain ways too. We'll talk about him a little bit later. But you really got to give the pass protection credit against the Saints. Now, they were facing the Saints. That always helps. Still.
Saints had a good week the week before pass rushing.
Yeah.
I mean, the Saints had 5.5 sacks against Kyler Murray. And they've got Granderson ain't no joke. I'll tell you that. He is a really good pass rusher, and Cam Jordan is older and he's a former inside guy, now outside. But that was the strength of the Saints is their defensive front seven. So, I thought the Niners did a pretty nice job, actually, all things considered.
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now. It's interesting that the Niners are averaging just 5.2 yards per play. That's way below what they usually do, just 3.2 yards per carry. It's 2 weeks. It's a small sample size. Weird stuff happens in early September, but I just can't see the Niners making a serious run without a dominant run game. Every time they've made a run to the NFC Championship game or further, they've had one of the best running games in the league, and I still think they have one of the better running backs in the league, but they got to figure out this run blocking. They probably will over time. I mean, outside zone is like 5 guys in a conga line. You kind of have to time it up correctly, and we'll see if they can. I mean, once Trent Williams gets his feet underneath him, they'll be at least be able to run to the left side.
I mean, right now, they don't have any speed. I mean, look at this team. I mean, as far as wide receiver, I mean, Demarcus Robinson, even though he's not a 40-yard dash time guy, he can get down the field and make plays down the field. Watkins runs in the 4.3s. Cowing runs in the 4.3s. They haven't gotten on the field. They're leaning on older guys for the most part. And the guys that do have speed, like MVS, are just so new to their whole system that they can't really complete passes to them. So, yeah, I think they're going to be more dynamic than they've been. But there's not a lot of speed on I mean, if I were defending the 49ers, I'd almost hug up on them and just dare them to throw it over the top of my head and see, just crowd their receivers. Cause I don't see outside of Watkins and Cowing, they don't have receivers that can run. JJ's slow. Ayuk's hurt. Pearsall can run a little bit, but he's hardly a burner. They don't, I mean, compared to some teams that have lots and lots of speed guys, they don't really have a ton of speed. So they're going to need to develop their speed guys. And then I think Demarcus Robinson is going to give them much more of a downfield threat when he gets healthy, or when he gets off suspension, I should say.